This is how warm it is, look. I'm drinking white wine. Very, very rare occurrence.
Jesus, and you found one that doesn't make you feel ill?
I found this Chenin Blanc, which I've generally been finding fine. I'm not loving it in that first sip. But yeah.
I might actually go on the website of the vineyard and order a case of that.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely.
It was nice. And you know, I had beer from near there, the brewery near there, and that was really nice.
Oh, maybe we should just go one day in our big cars.
Do a big factory shop.
Yeah, and just load up the boots and
Food cruise, but in Essex.
In Essex, yeah. Let's do that.
That sounds very civilized. Oh, you're on the fizz. Nice.
I had like beer, Prosecco, or tequila were my options.
Right, yeah, I think you've gone with the right choice. I think that's most sensible.
Yeah, I think so. I might still drink tequila and beer later, but right now,
yeah,
the Prosecco.
We're so close to the end of term. Ooh.
But just to give you guys a quick heads up, all you lovely listeners, it is summer coming up. We are parents, we work, we have holidays. So our episode releases are going to be sporadic during the months of July and August.
Yeah.
If you don't already, follow us on social media for updates on what's going on and just general chit chat. We probably will still be watching shows because, you know, we need to take some downtime away from the kids and the work and all the rest of it. So if you have any opinions, popular or otherwise, contact us on social media like you normally do anyway, and we will engage in those conversations so you still get real-time gossip, but it's not going to be regular, what's the word?
You're not your regular scheduled programming.
Yes.
Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of the Not Even Real Housewives, though. Rosie and Tajani are here. It has been all sorts of complications of getting here, mainly on my part failing at tech. But we're here and we're back and we're speaking to each other and we're going to talk about Orange County. It feels like so tantalizing that we've nearly spoken about it for so long. So, here we go.
First of all, how were you feeling going into the season? Were you excited about the new people? Were you concerned about how you would feel about Shannon? Because we don't necessarily agree on the Shannon thing. I'm very much always Team Shannon. You find her incredibly annoying.
I do find her incredibly annoying.
However, you do Shannon hands so well. But like, yeah, how are you feeling about going into this?
Feeling not very excited about it.
Okay.
I thought, did anything happen? Was it good last season? I don't know.
It was shit last season.
But then I think I had a really good time, consequence of that.
Because you had low expectations.
I think so, yeah. I think it was that. And I think actually it had all the things in it that I like.
Anyway, how did I feel going in?
Yeah.
I was actually excited because being a Housewives fan, having watched every season, especially of like the OC, Beverly Hills, New York, and Atlanta 1,000 times. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm on like my 100th rewatch of all of them. The last like 3 to 4 seasons of OC has been mediocre at best.
It has.
And I think because they haven't changed the cast from last season, except for adding a newbie, made me feel like they have done something with them in pre-production or whatever to get them to
like
kind of
gone
raise up the bar.
Yeah. Nice.
So I was excited. But I'm just like, I think I'm over Tamara at this point. Like, I don't know if the season, the franchise, not just the season, I don't know if they need her. I don't know if she
bring
nothing. She brings a whole bunch of drama, but I think the drama would be there anyway. And I think, but she brings a level of meanness to it that's not necessary. Like, she's so deeply unhappy and insecure.
It's that. I'm like, you this just seems mean for the sake of mean
Yeah.
and to like prove something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
But anyway, I was excited because I was like, they must have done something in order to keep the cast the same and to see where it's going to go. So I was excited about it. And I have to say, it didn't disappoint, actually.
I had a good time.
I had a great time. And I was very surprised by what I saw on Twitter, X, whatever, Elon Musk's wank bank, whatever you want to call it. Very surprised by the love that Shannon's got.
Yeah.
People were pissed when she got her DUI. Like, to the point where I thought, this bitch is brave coming back on.
Yeah. That's what I thought. It's because people were not happy, but they've really, I don't know, she's captured it well, I think.
Because she's done the right thing. Whether or not it's sincere, I can't answer that. I don't know if she's doing it because she knows she's on TV and she's trying to do a thing, or she's genuinely trying to do the work. I don't know. But either way, bitch is smart, and you got to give credit where credit is due.
She is saying the right words.
The way she's walked into every situation, like, I did stupid shit, I done.
Yeah.
Even with the Alexa stuff, when she was just like, yeah, I'm not really mad about the John Jansen thing. I'm more upset about the fact that you fucking sued me, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, that is a lot to get over. I don't think I could ever be friends with someone who sued me.
Not for 300 grand.
And she's like, it's 3 years ago. I'm like, still, I think that's still quite upfront in most people's mind.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. So
we have some establishing.
We have the thing, right? So the end of reunion last year,
the crash,
and then it was 10 days later, boom, boom, and it was all of that stuff, and it was like flashing into separate conversations that Shannon's having with different members of the cast this season about her drinking and about the thing. That picture she showed Heather of her face, oh dear Lord.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that was the crash.
You think it was Jen Jansen?
I think it was John Jansen, yeah, or something happened around that effect, because at the end of the episode is all of this. If I tell this, it's going to be damaging, it'll destroy his life. And then Alexis is saying it will destroy her life and he's evil and all of this stuff. And I'm like, that picture, if Shannon's face had looked like that after the accident, would we not have seen that?
I kind of think that, but who knows? But yes, that thought had crossed my mind too. I agree.
But yeah, that was very interesting.
Then we're reintroduced to Tamara, and I was like, what's happened to Eddie? His legs looked like they were in like full casts or something on the bed, but is that just what people do after they go to the gym?
Oh, that's like this thing that they have, like the compression things that people are doing now, where it goes on and then it blows up, like a blood pressure cuff.
Oh,
it's one of them.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
I wouldn't. You couldn't pay me enough to do that.
Got like a bad heart.
Yeah,
I think you should be squashing all his legs.
Maybe
it's good for it. Maybe it gets it back up to his heart.
Yeah, maybe it pushes the blood up.
Yeah, maybe that sounds like science.
Yeah. Everything goes uphill, right? Nothing goes downhill.
No, it's fine.
Doesn't work that way, does it?
Absolutely fine.
No. And then it's kind of like more seeing people being introduced to different things. So we see Shane and Emily on the bed doing a massage gun, and Shane tries to shove it up her ass.
Yeah, absolutely. Standard. What did you expect?
I didn't see anything else other than that being the end of that conversation.
Absolutely. Point A to point B.
Jen's at her yoga studio, and Shannon can't do a plank, which just is everything.
I mean, nice.
And we go to Heather's new house, which is in Beverly Hills, not OC. So she's a housewife.
Where does Heather live?
Beverly Hills.
She's got a Beverly Hills house, and then she's got a penthouse in LA.
Yeah.
And then they live in the country club.
Yeah, which I think is in OC.
Yeah.
But for me,
your actual house
is in Beverly Hills. And she was saying at the end of last season that she's not leaving the OC because the kids still go to school here. But in this part, she says the children have moved to schools in Beverly Hills.
Did she say that?
Yeah, she did.
Because I was like, are the kids boarding? I didn't get the impression that the kids were like there that much, wherever there was.
No, I'm pretty sure she said she still has 2 kids at home that go to school, so she'll have to have a place in the OC. But whatever.
I was very confused about it. So she's bought this beautiful house from the 40s, but they're going to flatten it and build a new ugly
Because if
house.
these walls could talk, she's going to tear all the walls down.
All these walls, all this history, fuck it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also, it's from the 40s. That is less old than our houses.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And like, we don't think these are old houses.
No.
I mean,
plastered new build in comparison.
My plasterwork would beg to differ, but you know.
Yes.
You're going to do.
And then we see Jen, Emily, and Tamara at the gym.
They go to the gym.
And Jen is saying in confessionals that she sees Tamara for who she is. And she's going to meet her where they are. And she doesn't not going to expect anything more, anything less. But they're trying to work on their friendship.
It's great words, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great words.
I just, there's Jen reminds me of somebody and I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
Another housewife.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though.
There's something about the things she says. There's something about the way that she conducts herself. There's just something about it. Just kind of like, yeah. And then Emily goes in to talk about her weight loss journey, how she's lost 40 pounds. And she's very honest. Some of it was lipo, some of it was Ozempic. But now she's doing the work to maintain it, which is, you got to respect that.
Sure, fair.
No, I don't think she needed to lose weight because that bitch is a queen.
Oh, yeah, she looks amazing.
Also, can I just say that the internet is now finally catching up to me and you with their love for Emily Simpson.
I know. Where have you all been?
We've been here from day one.
She's amazing. And we all know.
She is fantastic. She's funny. She's smart. She's beautiful. She looks incredible riding a horse.
She's funny again.
Yeah, I mean, just her Archie impression. I fucking died.
So good.
And then we go to Shannon's house. But it's Shannon's house with her daughters.
But this is a rental. We should highlight it's a rental.
But they're all rental. Shannon doesn't own a house. So Shannon hasn't owned a house since she sold her house.
The lemons.
She had the crystals buried in the back garden with David. I don't understand this. She's spunking over 300,000 a year on rents when she could just buy somewhere and pay that off in a mortgage. I don't get it.
But can you get a mortgage if you don't really have a job?
She has a job. She gets paid about $2 million a year from it.
Yeah, but this year she's got no guarantee she'll get that next year.
Yeah, but she's also not going to have money to pay rent when she's old and decrepit and she's not on house.
Oh no, I understand. I just think that like mortgage companies are dicks, aren't they?
Yeah, but wouldn't you at least be putting that money down? But I just feel like there's a better fucking sound down money investment in situation here. Like, live in a hotel, which costs you $1,000, $2,000 a month. Because if you live there full time, you can get a good deal. You stay in a hotel, you put that 300 grand down a year for 5 years. You could buy a house.
But you don't think they maybe just rent the houses when they're filming?
So where do you think she lives normally?
Like a shit apartment?
No, she wouldn't. No, not Shannon. Maybe other people like Jean.
So her daughters are at uni, but then she sees the daughters and she's like apologizing for the crash again, and they're like giving her all advice.
Yeah.
How come nobody's upset that these kids are like being spoken to like adults, and yet we're so upset that like Gia is being spoken about like an adult or a child, or what is it? Where are we lying? Because they're like the same about-ish age. No one's like, these children shouldn't be in adult conversation.
Because it's not the same thing. Because they're not talking about family drama where it's a family thing. They're talking about their mum crashing into a house because she was drunk. It's not the same.
I mean, it's not the same.
The standard requirements.
That is different. You're right.
It's very different. I feel like telling my child that I drank so much that I crashed into a house and fled the scene, which is a criminal offence to do.
Really think it's the fleeing the scene is like a big part of it, which is getting a bit swept under the rug.
That's the part that's the thing. But I just love the fact that I'm fully invested and 100% believe her reasoning behind all of it. He called me a drunken idiot. So I got into
So
the
I
car.
drove drunk.
No, I got into the car and revved the engine so he could know how really angry I was. Like, that's legit. That's something I would do. Not drunk, sober, but that is something I would do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
She's a mess.
Like, she is a mess, but bitch is owning it. You gotta give her flowers. She's fucking owning it, and I'm here for all of it. I absolutely love all of it.
She was more endearing. I still think she's wrong, but she was more endearing because then you see Tamra being like, "Oh no, I'm out of the Tres Amigos because like she's drinking," and I'm like, I don't think that's what's bothering you.
No, I think it's the fact that she's got so much press and you don't. That's what's bothering you.
I think you just only wanted to be her friend until Vicky was prepared to be your friend again.
And Vicky's not Tamara's friend.
No.
In the roundup message or pop message, oh my god. The and roundup, where did that come from? That's not what I was trying to say.
What words were you trying to say?
I don't know. Podcast.
Oh, yeah, I know what that one is. I've not seen
camera, not podcast.
I feel like this is my influence.
This is all your fault. I was in the zone until
You were absolutely fine.
You discombobulated me.
Yeah, I mean, it's still happening. I'm bobulating along.
Vicky
Mm-hmm.
and Teresa
Oh.
are on a podcast
Oh, no.
together,
No.
and they talking about a bunch of shit. And Vicky said that, yeah, she's no longer friends with Tamara because Tamara's just mean. She's like, she's just mean.
She's not wrong.
No, exactly. Like, you can have as much fun as with someone as you want, but at some point you have to cut them out of your life. Like, it's toxic.
Yeah.
And everything about her is fake. The way she cries, the way she laughs, the way she does.
All of it.
I don't believe anything Tamara says or does. Like, it just
No,
comes
it's
across
all
as fake
like,
to me.
I'm
However,
trying to grab the scene.
However, I'm here for going out with her. I think she's great. And,
Oh, yeah. I think it should be a fun night out.
and there was a period of time where I thought that she was a top tier housewife. No longer.
No.
No longer.
But she's like, so she's fully just flipped on being friends with Alexa. She's fine with being sued. They're all friends now. It's all good.
Because she thought that backing Alexis was going to be the best option for her this season. Little did she know that Shannon has come out on top. However, it was only been one episode, so who knows what happens next. But I think she was backing Alexis as soon as she knew she was coming back on the show. I don't do anything in it.
Oh, no, absolutely. So we're going to see Heather. She's again talking about her houses. So what does it mean to live in a country club? It's just a hotel, but with like facilities. What is a country club?
I don't know. I'm too poor and way too black to be a member of a country club.
It's like,
and I'm not even that black.
It's got like sports in it. Is that what that means?
Usually it's like
It's got sport, tennis, and maybe boat.
Golf.
I think probably golf.
Do you know my only experience of a country club is? This is showing my age a little bit here. You remember Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
And every summer they worked in a country club.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely that. Yeah, it's like only through like the prism of like American TV have I even heard the term country club.
Yeah.
She's going to have a fresh start lunch, she announces.
A luncheon. Why do people call it a luncheon? What is a luncheon?
I think it's less than lunch. I think it means you're not going to get a full meal. That's my interpretation of it. Like a lunchette. A luncheon. A little tiny sandwich.
Fair. But that is not before we get to see how rich this bitch actually is when she's tallying up, this is going to cost 2 million, this is going to cost 3 million.
Then it's going to be half a million.
Can I do this for under 10 million? The guy was like, yeah, sure. That's the level of decadence I expect to see of a housewife.
They are rich. They have not got taste, but they are rich.
Oh, no, they don't.
They're like, should we get a helipad?
I mean, I would.
Do you have a helicopter?
I'm sure he does. Ugh.
But he's sad, isn't he? Because he's like, I actually like being near the office. It's actually way more convenient for me to just live in the country club.
Yeah.
Why are you making me live in Beverly Hills? I don't work there. And all I do is work.
I know.
And play golf, which again, you can presumably do in the country club. Why don't you just live at the country club, man? It sounds great. Someone makes your bed every day. Sign me up.
Oh. So then we go to Emily's house.
Yeah. What the So what is happening? So Emily doesn't have a sink, which I imagine is so stressful.
And she's making a salad. Like, how is Gina not asking her how she's washing her hands? Or the salad? Because salad has soil on it, and soil can make you very sick if it's not washed off. So,
Oh man, I don't wash salad.
okay. We're going to move on because I'm not having this argument. I'm not doing it.
I'm prepared to admit I'm wrong.
I'm not doing it. You can kill people. I'm just saying.
I don't feed other people. It's fine. It's like a test of your constitution. But yeah, so we meet Gina, and Gina is like mega pissed at Shannon.
But wouldn't you be?
Yes, because she was like, you should lose your children because I saved you when you had a DUI like a dirty bitch. And now she's like, excuse me?
You could have killed your dog.
Could have killed your dog.
Emily's. We just crashed into a house, Shannon. What the fuck? 10 and 2, Shannon. 10 and 2, Shannon. When I say I rewound that 3 times. Fucking
her confessionals are amazing. And she was talking about how she could bench press Shane.
She was like, but is John a douchebag? Yes, he's a douchebag.
Yes, he's a douchebag. Like, this is just a fact. Like, she said it like he's a Libra. Like, it's what he is. There's nothing he can do about it. I don't know. I clicked the thing. Gina, what is happening?
So she is killing it in the real estate game, first of all. So let's talk about the fact that
she's too skinned to get a house. Tell me all your thoughts. I don't understand.
So, I mean, when you sell real estate, there is you get a percentage of you get the commission fee, right? But she's not selling enough to pay for probably her lifestyle per se. So she probably still gets her alimony check from Judy.
Okay.
And then she's getting her small commission checks because she's not really done massive deals, I wouldn't have thought, so far.
Okay.
And then, but I think it's really lovely that all of these housewives and Bravo celebrities are using her. I think that's like, especially.
Yeah, I think that's really nice. You've got no guarantee of any of that, have you?
No. And Sutton, like, if you are recommending you as a real estate broker, you're going to do well, bitch.
Yeah, completely. And she's going to have nice, rich friends.
Yeah, 100%.
But I just don't understand. Right. What is your theory on what is happening with Travis?
Okay, so we forgot to do word on the sheet. So my word on the sheet is one of our lovely followers on Twitter. She's now Mrs. Cottle. She wasn't that previously. So shout out to you. She is sent me a thread of apparently Travis's ex-wife posts on Instagram regularly that it's not her, it's him. So the story goes
why they're not divorced.
Yeah, so the story goes she is rich.
Yeah.
His wife is rich. She comes from a well-off family.
Yeah.
They paid for him to go to college. They've been together like from when they were young.
Yeah.
They paid for him to go to college. They did all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I think he is either cut off.
They're not divorced, right?
Yes, either he's cut off or something happens whenever they get divorced. So he's like dragging his feet, and she's been asking for years for it to happen. So if that's anything to believe, I have absolutely no idea why Gina is making it sound like the ex-wife is the problem. Also, as well, Travis supported you the entire time that you were crying on the phone talking about your ex.
Cried about your ex-husband.
And you're upset now because you sorted your shit out and you've come out the other side, but you're now saying that you can't put up with Travis crying about his ex-wife? Like, what the fuck, if that's true? Then the other thing is, how is you living separately when he doesn't want to do that, but you want to do that, gonna save your relationship?
I fully don't understand this. I'm like, what? Who believes this lie?
They're still together. Like, now, after filming, they are still together.
Well, I was like, is this just a storyline? She has nothing to talk about, so she's going to talk about this?
She's got a shit ton to talk about. I want to talk about just Gina. I'd like to know more about Gina. Thank you. I love Gina.
I'm not sure there's much. I swung between being like, this is a story, to being like, she's forcing this as a narrative and he doesn't want to do this like at all. But she's like being like, this is my storyline and you have to support me and all this. And he's maybe gone along with it.
There was a very...
Because a part of me thought, I wonder if she's testing him. Being like,
why would you test him? He is a puppy. Leave him alone.
But I think she's being like, I think she's upset that he's not fighting for her.
Have you seen her ex-husband? Like, why is she even settling for that? Like, he's so cute and lovely. She's not settling. That's not fair. That's not what I meant to say. Like, she's gone from the Long Island.
Yeah. She's like 180. So it's like, if you want that, that's what that is.
Yeah, 100%.
But sometimes I think people say they want something and then the reality is hard. Because reality is hard whichever which way.
Yeah, I've gone through that myself.
Well, me too, being like, I think one of the things I like, definitely think about is like, oh, we're not, like, money's not the most important thing. And like, we're going to do things that we love. And then you're like, oh, it turns out that doesn't mean we're skin. And that is a shame.
But you're not that skint, though.
No.
And I don't mind not having a bad boy. Like, I can cope with the fact that I know where my husband is every day.
Yeah, but it's a curve, isn't it? Like, you're getting used to that reality and being like, oh, this is the reality forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate to break it to you.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm just calling it device like now. But yeah,
I found that all like so. But I was like, but this is we're not, clearly not being told the truth here, are we?
No, 100%.
And I was just like, is it just that they can't afford a big house? Because if you can't afford a big house, you're probably not going to be able to afford 2 medium-sized houses either.
I think maybe also as well. Now you said that, is it? She's paying the rent or the mortgage on that house.
So she's like, well, then me and my kids are going to live here.
And you go fuck off and find yourself somewhere.
If you get alimony from your ex-wife, why don't you just like rent somewhere? Because I don't know how much his kids are there. She's like, why don't you live in a studio apartment that you can afford and your kids live at your ex-wife's house? And then I don't have to have 6 kids.
Gina's the only one who owns her own house. Apart from like Emily and Shane and the bros in that, okay, that's not true.
Only one of the 4 out of 5.
Out of Jen and Shannon, Gina owns her house.
Yes.
So she's like, "This is my house, bitch. Get the fuck out."
Yeah. I think maybe it's just that. Just like, we don't need to have.
It was a dog.
We don't need to have
over the edge.
Maybe. I don't need to see her talking to the dog.
I do. I love it. I love all of it. And maybe we're going to get a dog. I miss my dogs when I was a kid. They were like my best friends.
Why don't you get a dog?
Bitch, I work too fucking hard and I want to be out in the day and I want to be spontaneous and I like to travel. It's too much fucking work.
Okay, fair enough.
But I may also still get a dog.
Okay, so then we go and see Jen and Ryan. They go out for dinner.
And they have a Malibu and Diet Pepsi.
Thank you very much. Absolutely.
So, Malibu and Coke, I will allow. But a Malibu and Diet Pepsi, what are we doing?
No one in their entire life has ever ordered that. And I put this on Instagram and Heather Longlegs was like, I would drink that. And I was like, no, you wouldn't. That is a recipe for suntan lotion and everyone knows that. Malibu and Coke is arguably a thing that people order.
Not Diet Pepsi.
No.
It's ridiculous. And Heather Longlegs, you're dead to me. You're Irish. Do better. But yeah. Okay.
And then so she goes along with it. She's like, yeah, I'll have that too. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
But she's also broken getting evicted and doesn't know what to do. So, her drink order is the least of her worries.
She's in like the 3rd house since we met her like 7 minutes ago. Like, she is like a professional at getting evicted at this point.
But imagine being
your husband is meant to be paying the rent and he just doesn't.
As a man, as a woman that has a child that is living in a house, because you are going through it,
loads of children,
right? Because you're going for a divorce, you just don't pay the rent. What is happening?
It's more that like you used to be employed by her dad and now you're divorcing her and so you don't have a job.
Yes, but that is a you problem. Go find a job.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But like equally, why doesn't she have a job?
She does. She gets paid £50 a class.
£50 a class. I mean, do better for yoga.
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
own the studio, I thought she owned the studio.
Yeah, I think that was a lie.
She's not taking a percentage of the other of the other classes, or
I don't think she owns
pretending like she
studio.
doesn't, so she can claim more alimony.
Yeah, but like 80% of zero compared to 20% is zero. It's all zero.
Yeah, but I did see as well on the internet that she's got awarded a 6-figure lump sum plus like 4,000 a month
In like, yeah.
child support.
So maybe this was just the low before the.
But when you have like 7 kids, 4,000 a month isn't going anywhere.
Well, it might
And
be rent on something.
a 6-figure lump sum. That's
actually not that much.
Unless the 6 figures are 9,995, like what is happening?
Yeah, she's got 125 grand. She thinks she's winning.
Wasn't
know what anything costs? That's why she charges
Shannon
$50.
Shannon got something like 30,000 a month and a 3 million lump sum.
Yeah. It's not good.
No.
And Heather and Emily and Alexis go to lunch.
Oh, Alexa.
She's such a dick.
I always knew I wasn't too keen on Alexis.
Yeah. We were never going to be friends.
No, and I didn't like her when she was with Jim and her whole self-righteous, religious trap and all the rest of it. But now she's just on an extreme level of just madness. And no one cares about John Jansen and her feelings. And Emily is quite right in standing in her truth when she was just like, well, how do you know about all of these negative things about Johnny J? And
just a bitch, I was there. God. I've been here. I've known him longer than you. You've got no idea who this fucking man is.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but I've definitely seen this dickhead be a dickhead.
This is it. And why is she
so gonna trust a drunk? Yeah, I've literally lived through these events with her. Calm down.
But why is she so upset about what someone has said? Like, why is she taking it like a personal attack? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you've come on this show where this man has already dated a cast member. You can't possibly be like, this isn't going to be a thing.
No, because I think that Gretchen handled that really well.
Yes.
When it was the whole Slade Smiley situation. And she was just like, yeah, I understand how this looks. And I know this has happened, but with me, he's different. Like, she said it in like, it was still annoying and I didn't like it, but it was a very less aggressive stance on the situation. So I could get behind that.
I think she's just defensive because I think this is a very tactical move on Alexis' part, don't you?
Yeah, but this is just how she is as well.
John Jansen, like they're both playing the game, surely.
Yeah, 100%. And she did the same thing with Jim Bellino. She was like, he is such a perfect guy and he's amazing and everything is fine. So why are you now divorced, bitch?
You only had to look at that man for a second to be like, that man's a dickhead.
Well, I mean, we're supposed to take it serious. Oh, I can't. I really can't.
Yeah. So then we launched the rebranding of Johnny J. Who wrote that line for Heather, though?
I don't know. Someone did, because that was amazing.
She didn't come up with the mayo aioli. That was brilliant.
No, it really was, and it is true, actually. Like, when did mayo stop becoming mayo and it all get the garlicky goodness? I'm here for it.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's a whole different thing. And then Shannon goes to her lawyer to talk about her case, and her lawyer is saying that they can change the charges or get the charges dropped, or they can do something if she changes her plea, but she doesn't want to do that because she wants to take responsibility for what she's done, which I think is very admirable.
Yeah,
I truly believe that she's doing that for the camera, and that's something that
there's going to be a whole other conversation after we start. We're like, absolutely, we're getting rid of that.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's cute that she's done all of the work and she's doing all this stuff. And
I found it weird when she was like, I've never had a broken bone. I've never been arrested. And I'm like, what you mean is I had never. Because you now have.
Yeah.
I was like, but you're sort of almost living in denial about it.
Yeah, 100%.
I love backing out those things like being proud that you've never broken a bone. I'm like, I don't think that's like a moral failing in people. Like,
No, that's just childhood.
or just life. Like shit happens to people. You get in a car crash that had nothing to do with you. You could have brittle bones. This is not a failing. Don't feel bad if you've broken bones, man.
No, I've seen someone fall down a flight of stairs, like
Yeah.
seemingly miraculously, like it was like, I don't know, a strong gust of wind or something.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, they're on the floor and their arms snapped in 3 places. So what can you do?
Yeah, people work in
Things
dangerous
happen.
places. This is not, we can't lord this over people. And then we see the daughters. No, then we go and see Sophia with Tamra.
Yeah, and it was just,
The tattoo.
Tamra, I've said this before, I can't work out at any point if Tamra is being authentic. Like, I don't know. I can't read her face. I can't read her expressions. I can't read anything. The only time I feel like she's being true is when she's being really horrible.
Yeah,
people.
completely.
That's the only time. Like when she's crying about the other daughter trying to coax her into talking about her dad and all the rest of it. And her kids are doing this.
And like, it sounds so inauthentic when she's like, you haven't seen Sophia, but like, Sophia's great. And I'm like, you couldn't sound less convinced that she's great.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm loving how she looks, like the outfit, the attitude, and the way her mom was like, you have to teach me how to do the winged eyeliner. It's like, you just take a pen and draw it.
Just a pen.
Dickhead.
And she's like, I am not your therapist. All of this
No.
shit. Like, don't talk to me about your shit, man. Like, you're a grown up. Deal with this.
Oh, fantastic.
Do our angel numbers a thing? Is that a font? I don't know what that means. I've never heard of that.
I didn't know it was a thing either. No idea.
She said that like we fully like it was like Times New Roman.
Yeah, but the tattooists do it too, so I think we're the problem.
It is a thing. It's clearly a thing. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I don't believe in angels, so I don't need their numbers.
No. But the internet is really upset with Tamara because when she referred to her other daughter as like her other daughter's dead.
Even though she's just like is living in a different postcode.
Yeah.
She's just not really talking to her.
Yeah, internet is not happy about that.
I mean, it's quite clunky, I suppose.
Yeah, but I can understand the point that she was trying to make. It's like people say divorce is like a death. Why aren't people upset about that?
I'm sure some people are.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, it must be horrible. Like if your kid has just actively cut you out of your life. Like someone's child died. That's really not like it's not a choice.
It's no fault of your own. I feel like you brought this on yourself, my love.
Yeah, your kid has stopped talking to you, not because you were fucking brilliant as a parent, is it?
Nope.
But then that man, Simon, he was a prick too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he wasn't very nice at all. Like he was a different level of human.
She's all like, oh, but she's like Sophia's so such good friends with the boy. One like they're such like best mates now, and I'm like,
Spencer.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was thinking Taylor. I was close.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But yeah, I was like, they're not close. Nobody hardly tolerates him but you.
Yeah. Although, but he's not the. He's not the.
He's not the. Oh, is he not? Is it not the ranch hand?
No, that's Ryan.
Oh yeah,
the older one, who supports generally fine. Up. But the other one is the one who calls out the Trump supporter for his bullshit, which I thought was quite cute.
Oh, so maybe they are friends then. Cool, fine.
Yeah. And then we go to Gina's house.
So I cannot wrap my head around this at all.
And we're still seeing. Anyway, can we just first of all talk about the toothbrush thing that she had in her bathroom? I need one of those.
Oh, the toothbrush holder?
Yes.
With the head? Has it got heads?
Yeah. Does it clean the toothbrush too? Because that's genius. I don't know how you're supposed to clean a toothbrush, but...
Are we going to be doing that?
I think we are, because
the
bacteria that's in your mouth that you just leave on your toothbrush.
Oh, shit, probably.
Just a thing. But then again, if we all start cleaning our toothbrushes, we'll probably all get really sick.
Yeah, maybe that's just like building up our immune systems.
Yeah.
I don't know when I change the head of my toothbrush, man.
Oh, I'm quite good at that, at changing the head of my toothbrush.
God. I'll do that tomorrow.
But yeah, so her and Travis are gonna.
He's gonna go look at a house,
and
he's real sad.
He's really he's very much, this is a you thing. This got nothing to do with me. This is it. But this all stems back to what we were saying earlier. When is the story behind his divorce true? Is the internet to be believed? Who are we supposed to believe here? What is happening? And this does not make any sense. None of this is logical.
In this second, right now, I think I believe that they're pretending to separate, or they're separating so like for looks, so that he can continue to get money from his divorce. I think it's from his ex-wife. I think it's that. Okay. That's my current, this right minute. But ask me in 2 minutes' time, I could just be like, no, she hates him.
I think she's punishing him because he can't afford to buy her a nice house.
Yeah, I definitely think there's a bit of that. It's really emasculating, isn't it? Or like, it's just a not very nice showing of your spouse.
No, not at all.
And like, no problem is only, it's a lot to be like, could you provide a house for 6 kids?
Well, he knew what he was getting into. Like, she's always had them kids. He's always had his kids.
I think he was surprised when he got with her, though. I don't think he ever thought, well, this is life. He just thought, well, this will be a fun story.
Get to be on TV for a little while.
She's, energetic. She can cook.
Yeah, meatballs.
Yeah, always meatballs.
Always meatballs. And then we start to see people getting ready.
Go to the lunch and we meet Katie.
Yeah. She might be my new MVP,
She seems real good, doesn't she?
The second episode as well, she was on fire. Like the stuff that she says, and we find out a bit more about her. Like, she's Korean, she was adopted, didn't really have any kind of part of her Korean heritage growing up.
Oh, okay.
So now she's trying to do more to like understand.
Oh, wow.
And her daughter speaks Korean. Like, her daughter's really like gone in hard, and it's like, I'm Korean, this is who I am. And she said it's quite embarrassing.
But her husband isn't Korean. Her husband's white.
Well, no, yeah, see, but this is her, not
That's
her
fine.
Father of her children.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, that's not true. She has one son with him.
Yeah.
And then she has 3 other kids. And one kid lives in San Diego. One kid lives in Atlanta with his father. And then the daughter lives with them. But she doesn't have a relationship with her biological father. So what I don't understand is if the father is the same for all 3. It wasn't very clear.
Okay, we need a diagram.
I need a diagram to understand. But yeah, so her new current husband is a white guy, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, great.
But yeah, that's all very funny.
Korean, I bet it's really hard to learn.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that's easy.
No. But Jen is still getting glam. This comes up in the next episode as well. So Jen is still spending money on glam when she hasn't got anywhere to live. She can't pay her rent. Emily is very stuck on the fact that how is she going to pay her car payment? Like, that's where Emily is. Emily's like,
she's about the ride.
But she's like,
she's got a lot of kids in like different schools. Like,
yeah, she needs a car.
You need a car.
Yeah, it was really funny.
He's not paying. Like, do you think she's aware that her ex-husband is not paying? Like, because she's all like, oh, this is just a thing that happened to me. Like, I was unaware, which I think is just. It's not good enough to just be like, well, I don't know. I think that is not a good enough attitude to where you're renting.
Well, when you make the assumption that the person who is supposed to be paying your rent is going to pay your rent because it's the father of your children, and you would assume that he would never do anything to jeopardize.
Make them unhoused.
Yeah, you would just go along with it. I think that's a baby. Reasonable. And I think she left her parents' house where everything was done for her and moved in with her husband where everything was done for her.
Yeah,
why would she ever feel...
She has no idea.
Has no idea how things work. She probably doesn't even know how to pay a water bill, mobile phone bill, anything.
It is going to... I don't know if it is genuinely fucking up Gina's world, but it's not like good for business, is it?
No, but I think what's worse for business, and Jen actually points this out to Gina when they do a sit down, which was epic, by the way. She says, I think what's actually more damaging to your business is the fact that you're going around telling my personal business.
Yeah.
Will fucking
Should-
listen.
That you're really unprofessional. That's a very good
Where's
point.
the confidentiality? Yeah.
Very good point. Very good point.
However, she did announce that she was moving and being evicted on Instagram. So it wasn't like...
So it's not like it was a secret.
It wasn't a secret, no. But then they all... Go on.
So Katie is coming with Gina we're going ahead of ourselves, to the lunch. And Gina's all like excited because she's younger. We're bringing a bit of like, because how old? Because she says she's 39. She said she's got like a full-grown adult kid who lives on his own.
No, he's 17 and he's in high school in San Diego.
Oh, he's in
he living with?
But maybe he's in
don't know.
residential school.
Maybe because the other kid
Private school. Was it called boarding school?
with the dad. So I don't know what's happening there.
That's fine. And she's friends with Sutton, so there's money.
There's money, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I wonder how Sutton knows her.
I don't know, but
I'm impressed with anyone who wears Dion Lee. I always think that's like a ethical stance as a designer.
and also it's a kind of like you have to know about it.
Yeah, but like all their stuff is like they're very into who makes their clothes
Okay, I like that.
for their shops and stuff. Like
Yeah,
they pay.
Okay.
Yeah,
She also wears Givenchy, but that's besides the point.
yeah. But she's clearly got some money in that wardrobe.
Yeah. Does they get to Heather's party and Gina gets upset about the amount of work that she has to do when she goes to a Heather the Bro party?
Because there's all the stations. A lot of stations.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I'd be fucking giddy if I went to one of those parties. But I imagine the third time I'd be like, absolutely fuck this, man.
No, I can't be asked of all
I'd be like, I'm bringing flats.
Yeah. But everyone is basically talking either about Jen and her eviction,
Yeah.
or Shannon and her drinking and her being in the room with Alexis
Yeah.
for the first time. And I think it's very interesting seeing the side conversations and what's happening. And I thought it was really weird as well because like everyone was saying that how it must be really hard for Shannon to see Alexis because Alexis is basically gorgeous or whatever. And then Shannon fucking mic drops the entire microphone bandstand, fucking whatever it is, when she gets out that car and she does that walk in that little black dress and her face is beat, her body is snatched. That bitch looked good.
Looks amazing.
Incredible. The best she's ever looked.
And sort of, it's kind of quite a good balance between like sexy, classy.
Yeah.
Which Alexis never looks.
No, Alexis looks a hot mess. Her hair was doing something weird.
Oh my god, her hair in that confessional look where her tits look like tornado, like weaponry. And I'm like, I'm like, has she shaved part of her head? I don't understand it. I don't understand when people like are blonde, but it's just like if you're gonna go blonde, dye your whole fucking head blonde.
No, they like it, the ombre or whatever it's called, don't they?
The ombre is one thing and the balayage is one thing, but just the fucking top layer.
Yeah.
But as soon as you pull it back, you get all the mousy brown. I can't bear it. But yes, Emily has had lunch with Shannon and she says she's a 2-drink max now. And Tamara is fucking furious. I'm not really sure why. I'm not really sure how it affects her.
It doesn't. But Tamara's got nothing else to focus or concern herself with apart from other people's shit. It sounds as though she has enough going on in her own life. I don't understand why she needs to be so heavily involved in what other people are doing.
Just be like fun. Just come along for the ride. Stuff's gonna happen. You don't have to be so aggressive about it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous to me.
Emily spitting out the congealed.
It's like a giant booger in my. I feel like Heather did that to on purpose because of all the stuff that she said about.
Yeah, she's like, no, I have no cucumber. I'm being so like, and she made this whole thing about like, you need to be classy, and she's like, yeah. Fuck you, DeBro.
Can I drink it? After I spoke about, oh yeah, I drink from my dog's bowl. That's fine.
She's so like,
green.
Fuck you, DeBro. I don't need to play to your rules.
Emily
And
is
she doesn't.
No.
I think it must be great because people are like, oh, you know, had this whole thing is like classy. I'm classy. I'm just like, you're a failed fucking actress, man. This woman is a lawyer. Back off.
Yeah, but is she a real lawyer though?
Well, is she a real actress though?
Yeah, no, she's not. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure she fakes it every time Terry rhymes on top of her every day.
Oh,
I think she's earned that Emmy.
oh. Does he just jizz filler at this point?
I think it's all dust. Dust and silicone.
I think it's the same as what Emily like spat out in the drink. It's like a congealed lump of plastic.
Oh, oh, that's not okay. Mm-mm.
So Shannon comes in and it's all like it's so awkward. Nobody, like, people be better in real life, right? Like, I think if that was like in our lives and like we knew people were coming together and like this bitch is like fucking her ex, when she walks in, we'd be like, we'd make an effort to like bridge the gap. We wouldn't just be like, oh, 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 oh.
I don't know. I think I might be doing that for a little while before I kind of snap into like reality and being like, oh shit, wait, hold on. This could be so much better if we try and like make this happen.
I think I'd be like elbowing into the ribs, like, we gotta move, man. We can't just stand and watch this.
So, and Shannon just basically bites the bullet, walks straight up to Alexis and says, let's go.
Let's have the chat.
And they move a table, which I thought was fantastic. Like, who does that?
I'm like, and why? There's no need for a table. Like, you haven't got papers to present.
No, absolutely not. But it was like, this might be a long conversation. And Shannon was like, yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yes. Here for it.
A lot of thoughts there, bitch.
So Shannon is basically saying that this whole thing is
because about the lawsuit.
But Alexis doesn't want to have any of it. Alexis is 100% convinced that it's because she has her man.
And I think both things are true.
Yeah, but we mentioned this earlier, where I think that the sting of losing $300,000 or however much she lost would outweigh the sting of
losing John Johnson.
A douchebag ex.
Like, it's not even like the sting of the money, because that has happened. It's the fact that Alexis is like, it had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm like, actually, if my husband like fucked you over, in a social situation, I'd still be like, God, I'm sorry, that's awful. Like, if that's your ex, you just be like, yeah, that was horrible. I'm sorry. That must, like, you could just be like, I'm sorry, that must have been hard.
Yeah.
Not to be like, no, it had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Bring me the paper.
Well, I'm assuming Alexa's got some of that money in her alimony checks, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, she's probably just not sorry because she doesn't care.
Because she's getting paid out. So why does it matter? Regardless of what's happening. But I thought the whole scene of the ladies trying to see through the window,
scooching on the stool,
and Emily like just basically having her face up against the window, like to the point where it was like embarrassing, was fantastic TV. And anyone who says that they wouldn't do that is a fucking liar.
They're lying.
Absolute liars. Because I would be there. I would be having the waiter standing there with a drink, refilling my glass, so I don't even have to move.
I love it. And then because when the new girl like came over and was like, hello, people were like, oh yeah, no, we're supposed to be meeting people, but absolutely not now.
Yeah. And she was just like, I didn't realize this was going to be so intense. Like,
it's full 0 to 60.
Yeah.
I think she was stunned.
Yeah. This doesn't happen in Beverly Hills. I was like, yes, it does, bitch. We watch the show. Okay. We know this happens. This is the sort of shit Kyle and Dorit do. They stand up against the window paying attention to what's going on. They're fully invested in the drama. They love it. Okay.
They just don't drag their own table to get someone.
Oh, but the table had already been set up.
Yeah, the table it's got a tablecloth. Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been like a spontaneous moment. They plan all of that shit.
How impressed were you with that? Here's the door, Shannon, the door.
I was impressed at the fact that it probably took her about 6 months pre-production to think of it.
Oh, see, I don't think she thought of it.
And I think that was the longest time she's ever spent thinking about anything. And I think that deserves a round of applause for that. It does.
I mean, yeah, can you imagine her being like, door, but her name is like Door, do you get it? Do you get it? It's because like door and like the door, it's like sounds the same.
She did another one in the next episode as well. She was just like, I don't know what kind of storm Shannon was trying to create, but you find another tornado. I'm like, oh, bitch, please.
Don't hurt yourself now.
I mean, Shannon lives rent-free in this bitch's head, and I'm here for it. Absolutely here for it.
Because Alexis knows that she is not the freak that Shannon was.
No, oh, she's not giving as good a sex as
No,
Shannon is. Absolutely not.
absolutely not.
Absolutely. So it storms off or whatever, and then the second episode starts with Alexis walking back in
Right.
and Heather going, I should probably go over and see what's happened. It's my party. Like, I need to make sure everything's okay. And Alexis is just like, oh, I've tried so hard to compose myself. I've tried so hard to keep it together. She just keeps
Where's
going
your
on.
friend Jesus now?
She keeps going on about the lawsuit when we both know that's not the actual problem. The actual problem is blah, blah, blah. And then Heather's like, yeah, okay, fine. And then people talk to Shannon, and Shannon's just like, look, the bitch sued me. Like, at this point, like, we're never going to be friends. I don't even think I could be cordial with her at this point. Like,
Yeah, I don't think I'd be friends with anyone who sued me. I'd struggle.
I will happily be in the same room as her, but like, she's kind of like saying, can you please stop inviting her places? This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's fine. So then they sit down for lunch, and the food, the amuse-bouche comes, and Gina and the new girl, Katie, are talking about the size of the food. Gina's like, I'm really fucking hungry. What happened to people giving me bread at the start of a meal type thing? And Katie's just like, yeah, it's not looking good for the rest of like the courses if this is what we're having now. And it's like, literally,
It's in the movies. It's meant to just be a palate cleanser.
but it was like a spoon, you know, it was like served on like a nice spoon, and it was like a mouthful. And Gina's like, it's literally a spoonful of food. Like, it was so funny. I died. But then they're eating and they're doing all that stuff, and then they go in the wishing well machines, kind of like the Crystal Maze, you know, when they fire the kits. So it's the same thing, and they got to catch one of the things inside the booth, and they read out the question, and it is Alexis was, what's your friendship goal for this year? And she was like, oh my God, guys, this is like so crazy. And then she says, my friendship goal is to me and Shannon are able to like coexist together and blah, blah, blah. And then Shannon's like on the side of the table going, oh, that's very sweet, but not really going any further. And then professionals going, this bitch is delusional. That's never going to happen. And then Tamara does it, and Tamara's like, what is it that you want to have changed or something? I can't remember for this year. And she's like, I want my friends to stop talking shit behind my back. And then Shannon and Emily are in the background going, is she talking about us? Who's she talking about? And Shannon's like, I've never said anything about her. I don't know what's going on. And then basically this thing comes out that Tamara told Shannon to grow the fuck up. Shannon messaged Tamara when Tamara commented or posted on Alexis's thing about her and John Jansen, and she gave like the round of applause emoji or something like that.
Okay.
And Shannon texted Tamara and said, why would you do that? That's like hurt my feelings. And Shannon replied, grow the fuck up. Tamara replied, grow the fuck up. And Shannon's like, right, okay, this is where we are. Got it.
I kind of think that's fair. I just don't think you can get, if you are upset by Instagram posts, just don't be on Instagram.
Yeah, but it's like me liking something about your ex. Like, no, like, I'm not. There's
not to be upset about that. But also,
we're different. We don't live and die by comments.
Exactly.
We don't like the comment
section.
Exactly.
These are not. It's not our currency.
No, it's not. But at the same time, like, don't reply, grow the fuck up. Like,
it's not helpful. Yeah, you're just pissing on like an already upset person at this point. It's not.
You know what I mean? And then Heather's one was, what's your favorite piece of jewelry or something?
Oh.
And it was her original engagement ring.
Oh, right.
That is her favorite piece of jewelry. And then Tamara says, it's a really beautiful ring, actually. They showed a picture of it. It's really stunning. I think it's much nicer than the one that she wears now. And then, because it's more classic, you know, like it's more like vintage, like it was a beautiful set and stuff. Whereas this one is just big and gaudy.
I find it so weird to upgrade your engagement ring because it's like you're not engaged.
Tamara said to Alexis, well, do you have something to say about favourite piece of jewellery? Alluding to the ring that John Jansen gave to her. And then, so the whole promise, not promised, promise ring thing happened. Right. So it was promised with a D. So that means it could mean anything, including being promised in the eyes of the Lord.
But that's what a promise ring is, isn't it?
The whole table is perplexed.
Because a promise is like a pre-engagement commitment, right?
Apparently not according to Alexis, no.
Can you hear my stomach making that noise? I'm so sorry, it's so loud.
No.
Oh God, it's like excuse me. Yeah, so because I don't know any Christians. The promise.
No, you're talking to him.
Yes. Is a promise ring something that a partner gives you? I thought it was like you don't you. I thought didn't people get them off like their parents and shit.
Well,
that's a chastity ring, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you promise not to be abstinence.
An abstinence ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas a promise ring is like a pre-engagement thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
like I don't know.
But why did Tamara have to do that?
Yeah, no.
And then the whole conversation turned to they will get married. It's the love of her life. So Shannon gets up.
How long?
2 minutes. Shannon gets up to go to the toilet because she's like, my feet is like it hurts. Like I don't want to listen to it. Then Tamara walks out after her. There was me thinking Tamara was gonna like do an olive
console
branch.
her, yeah.
No, it turned into an argument when Tamara was just like, she was like, what are you? Shannon said to her, what are you trying to do? Like, what is the purpose here?
Yeah.
And she says, I'm not doing anything, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I haven't been talking shit behind your back. And Tamara was like, yes, you have. And anyway, that whole thing happened. And then that's the end of that lunch. But then I can't remember the order of events of the rest of the episode. So I'm just going to talk about key things that happened. So at some point, Katie, Gina and Emily meet up for drinks on a rooftop terrace from the beach. And they talk about obviously the Shannon and Alexis thing, but the main topic of conversation is the Jen being evicted and how it affects Gina. Freudian slip, because it would affect.
How does it affect Gina?
Has anyone checked on Sheena? How does this affect Sheena Shea, people? And this is like when Gina's really activated. Like, you need to be stopped worrying about how, that was it. Jen doesn't understand how Emily knows about her situation. So obviously she's assuming that Gina is talking about her behind her back. And Emily's like, I'm a smart fucking woman. You don't need to be fucking, what's his name? Dude with dodgy eye. Columbo.
Oh, yeah, he'll do.
He'll do to work it out. Like, you post the shit on Instagram.
Yeah,
you get nowhere to like, it's very clear. And Gina's like, you shouldn't be so worried about what I'm doing when you need to be paying attention on how you support yourself, support your children, and doing all this, like, going in hard. She's like, she comes from my career and I'm going to fucking end her, basically. Like, Gina's activated. Like, I
almost like Gina's not happy at home.
It's too far. Like, why is it so deep for you? Like, I don't understand what is, like, really, really activated about this whole situation. And then they said, and everybody's like, how's she going to make her car payment? How's she going to pay her rent? If you sign a contract, you should know that you have to pay rent. Like, the terms are in the contract. Why would you sign the contract when you know you can't meet the terms? Why would you do this to yourself? And then Katie was like, don't talk about the car, because I just said to her the other day, you've got a really nice car. Emily turns around and says, go take a picture, because it's not going to be there for much longer. I was like, oh, shit. No, she did not. Fucking brilliant. It's like,
maybe she should have a cheaper car.
She has a Range Rover, yeah.
Yeah, if you can get a cheaper car.
You don't need to. You could have the same size car. That's not a Range Rover. Like, I know I've got 8 million kids.
But you can get a 7-seater that's not a Range Rover.
You can drive one of those minivans, some Dolphins.
All of that.
Yeah. And then, so there's that. They do that. And then at some point, we go to Ryan's house. Where Jen is living with her kids.
Currently.
She's in his house with all of his kids and all of her kids. Well, he's got kids too.
Oh, has he? I don't know.
Yeah, but we haven't seen them. But I know that he has got kids, and it's like a series of how she basically doesn't parent very well. Ryan parents different to her. Like, her youngest kid just leaves the house and goes off on his dirt bike for a ride, when she calls him, she's like, "Where are you?" And he's like, "I've gone out." And she was like, "You have to tell me these things." And then he hangs up on her half mid-through conversation. And then Ryan's looking at her like, "Why are you allowing this to happen?" And she's like, "I know we parent differently," type thing. Then her parents turn up. So they come to see them, and all the kids are then there. And she's talking to her parents and Ryan about the current situation and how her parents have to keep bailing her out, and she's embarrassed by it and all the rest of it. And her parents are very, very happy with Ryan and the fact that Ryan's there to support her, and they couldn't have asked for a better partner for her. And Ryan and all yeah. I was just like, Jesus, is it because you don't have to pay her full rent? So you're just happy that anyone is there paying?
Yeah,
because he's not a good guy.
He is not a good guy. And I mean, you would be so embarrassed as a grown-ass adult that your parents had to pay your rent, but she's obviously not embarrassed enough to get a job.
No, or stop getting glam, or stop doing all the rest of the stuff that she's doing.
So she's not that embarrassed.
No, we'll get into that. So then, again, at some point in the episode, Gina and Jen go for a sit-down in a coffee shop.
Oh. I mean, Gina loves to say how triggered she is by things, doesn't she? She loves to react and then be like, I was triggered.
So she turns up looking like a 90s, early 2000s throwback of something, and I can't quite put my hands on it. You know how Gina likes her outrageous outfits?
She does. She likes an eyeshadow.
She loves an eyeshadow. She had a hat on.
She loves she loves the hat. She loves a choker. Like an inbuilt.
She had a red boot on, I think, at some point.
Oh, she loves a boot.
Yeah, it was very bizarre. But she's sitting down and she gets a pastry and a coffee. And then Jen shows up looking fabulous. Jen looks flawless and sits down. And Gina's whole thing was she's always got fresh hair, fresh makeup, fresh nails, wearing really nice new clothes when she should be prioritizing her children and somewhere to live and all the rest of it. And then in one of her, she says this to Jen in a roundabout way, and Jen turns around in her confessionals and said, "Just because my life has gone to shit doesn't mean I have to look like how you used to when your life was gone to shit." Q production flashing up images of Gina looking in a fucking state. It was so funny. Oh my God, it was fantastic. So they go back and forth for a little while about the situation and how.
Oh my God. Fuck you, Jen.
Gina just lays her shit bare.
I'd be like, yeah, no, I did look like shit. And do you know what? My kids are fucking housed. Fuck you.
Yeah, but she doesn't see this because this is the confessional. She doesn't know this has been said.
Oh.
She's laying into Jen. And Jen's just kind of like, well, that's really shitty. You shouldn't be saying that to me, and kind of trying to defend herself. Gina gets so angry. She stands up and storms out. And the whole time she's storming out of the place, she's like at the front door with the door wide open. And she's just screaming, take care of your kids. You're basically a shit parent because you haven't prioritized your children and all the rest of it. And then she's like, I don't care if you sink, swim, drown, whatever. Just don't bring me down with your bullshit, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God. That's the real issue. Wow.
Okay, so really activated, like really activated.
So everyone's wrong here.
Because
Gina does. I mean, like, they've only known each other a season. Like, if Jen wants to fuck up her life, it's sort of her business. But like, I don't think she's trying to be a fuck up. I don't think she's actively not trying to be a fuck up. But maybe she just doesn't have the tools.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gina does need to work on her resilience. Like, if everything triggers you, that's a you problem.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know. Very bizarre.
People are allowed to, you know, do their shit without it affecting you.
Yeah.
I think you were right in the Sheena Gina slip.
Yeah, no, 100%. And then other stuff happened, but I can't remember what it was now. Those are the key parts.
Yeah. Wow.
But it's shaping up to be a fantastic season.
It sounds great.
Because I really didn't know, because I really didn't think that they could bring it back after the terrible few seasons we've had.
Yeah, well, I'm really hopeful.
Yeah. Between them and Dubai, TV's good.
Yeah, it was good. And like, while I shit on Shannon all the time, I think she is so fucking integral to like the story of it all. And I'm kind of impressed as like she is trying to be humble, and like she's trying to do even if she's just doing the things for the TV, like at least she knows to do that.
Yeah, she's top tier housewife, Shannon Bedore.
And
She
I'll
doesn't
just
run
watch-
away from anything, does she?
No,
Puts
she
it all out
runs
there.
right into it face first.
Yeah.
And I'll watch Emily do anything.
Yeah, I would watch Emily do anything also. I love her so much.
Wow.
Her professionals are just on fire.
Oh, they're so amazing.
Yeah. All right, what should we talk about next?
What do you want to talk about next?
I don't know.
New Jersey?
Yeah, sure. I think I have notes. We only have one episode to talk about, don't we?
Yeah.
Notes, I think. Hold on.
Okay.
I do.
Check you out. One of the
I know.
subjects I would... Okay, good. I have notes, so it's fine. One of the subjects I would like to tackle, and it comes up several times in this episode, is Melissa Gorga's mother.
Right. Her, Donna Marco, and
I don't think it is Marco now.
what do you mean?
Well, because hasn't she like... Oh, no, her husband died, didn't it? So it's Marco.
Hold on. I tweeted something. Hold on. About Donna Marco, and I can't remember who it is that I said.
Can't tell if
Marge Senior and Donna Marco should have their own show.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be everything?
I can so imagine one of the mob wives being in that as well. I loved that. That was so good.
Bob Wives was fantastic.
The one who spoke like Marge Simpson, Marge Simpson's sisters.
Yeah.
Oh, she was a fucking dream.
Yeah. But Donna, I'm obsessed with Donna Marco. I think she's everything.
I waver because sometimes I'm like, is she just pissed all that? Like, is she drunk? Like, regardless of the time of day, or like there were moments when I'm like, is she having a stroke?
Yeah.
Like, is it okay? Should we tell someone? Or like, is she just pissed?
Yes.
Yes to all of the above.
Yes to all of it. I don't know. But I think it was so cute when she was like, I don't want to go steady. And I was like, oh my God, that's too much.
Oh yeah. I mean, but like, bless her. Like, she's not young.
No, she's not. But she looks good.
Oh yeah. And like, good for her. Like, you know, she's lost 2 husbands.
Yeah.
You do you. You give out that golden pea.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? So then Dolores and Marge are gonna clear the air.
Oh yeah, so she goes to Dolores's house, right?
Goes to Paul's house. And they're gonna clear the air, and she's so candid. She's like, Dolores, I never said a bad word about you.
You. Yeah. She just left it there. Yeah. And then we find out that she said an awful lot about Paulie.
Tons of shit about Paulie. But she didn't lie there, did she? She did not lie.
No, she's very smart. She chooses
I
her words carefully.
Dolores is not stupid. She knows that there's shit about Paulie. Everyone does.
Yeah. But you wouldn't be with Dolores if there wasn't something fundamentally missing in your brain, right?
I think you've got to be like a kind of hustler, haven't you? Because
yeah. And not because there's anything wrong with Dolores, because we all know we stand Dolores, but it's more like she's on TV
with shit men.
Yeah, she's on TV. She's got Frank and all the other baggage that comes with.
It's a lot to take on.
Yeah, like she claims that she's had jobs, as she though. Like, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot to kind of, you know, manage.
Yeah. And then like Marge does all the classic stuff, like you stop calling all of this and this, that, and the David of it all. And I'm like, oh, this isn't helping. You're just making yourself feel better.
Yeah.
And then we go and see the Calabres, and Danielle is talking about her dad and how, and I want to feel sorry for her, but I'm like, no, if you can be self-aware enough to be like, I can't be vulnerable in front, it has to be like a busy event where there's a distraction. I couldn't just sit down and talk to him. I'm like, if you're this self-aware, you can find a way of doing that. Surely.
Yeah. She's too weak, she said. Was that the word she used?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Like, too weak to be what? And that she's just gonna, what is she worried she's gonna do? That she's just gonna like make a scene, or that she's just gonna apologize when she doesn't think it's her, like.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is the weak? Like? I know, and Nate is brilliant. I'm like,
he's a good husband.
He's a great husband. He talked about how he lost his dad, and so he really wants the relationship to heal. And you're like, and this is being echoed in so many places, and so many people have said to her, like, you don't know when you're gonna like lose this forever, so like pull your fucking finger out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. She's just a drama, isn't she?
Yeah, and I think we'll never know the full story of what went
No.
on. And I think that's the part that's irritating.
I would love to know what her mum thinks about the Danielle dad falling out.
I don't think the mum gives a fuck.
But I kind of feel like if you got the mum really drunk, she'd be like, "Oh, you think Danielle's dramatic? You should meet the dad."
Yeah. Oh, 100% he's not.
He's not chill.
He's not chill, and he is not innocent in any of this.
Yeah, exactly. You are doing a
But
whole
I
lot of
also
shit.
feel like, again, you have to understand where people are and who
Yeah.
they are, and you have to either accept them or not. Like, don't be shocked by their behavior.
Yeah, don't be shocked by a completely consistent reaction.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. And it's this weird thing with parents, isn't it? When it's like you expect them to have this sort of superior thing because they're a parent, but actually at this point we're just all adults.
Yeah, we're human. Like,
Yeah.
they're going to make mistakes. Like, they're not always going to be perfect. Like, you have to, yeah.
And like, I don't think I'm really changing who I am, so I can't really imagine anyone else is.
No, you can't expect that. Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to do that, you can't expect other people to.
So then Danielle goes to see Melissa setting up her fashion show. And so there's this scene where she's doing absolutely nothing in front of all the models. She's like, I need you to be walking like down this runway. I'm like, oh, thanks for the fucking direction. And they'd never have come up with that.
A fashion show with no fashions that you designed? How dreadful.
Okay, so how do you feel about this MB event?
I think it's fine. If you have
think
the store
it's
that
fine.
quotes, like, then
Have a fashion show, absolutely. Because I'm like, Debenhams do this, John Lewis do not Debenhams, obviously it's knackered, isn't it? But like department stores do this.
100%, and it's normal for them. And it's like, it's for me as a customer, I'm like, oh, I never would have put those two things together. Oh, that outfit looks amazing. Like,
Yeah,
it's like,
this was my
shop
gut,
the
but I
look
can't.
at the bottom of the
Yeah.
website.
But I couldn't tell if it's just because I hate Danielle. I hate Jen. Aiden. I just thought maybe this is colouring my reaction.
No, it's not. I think it was a ridiculous statement to make. It wasn't like it was having a fashion show with no fashions.
And it's not like she was saying, here are all my designs.
No.
Or like she's like bullshitting, like argue. I don't know if MB's really open or all this stuff, but like we're far enough along the narrative to be like, in theory, the Melissa Gorga who is on this show has a shop called MB that sells clothes.
Yeah, and it's no different to Kim D. Isn't she friends with Kim D, who does her posh fashion shows?
Yeah, exactly.
So, no.
Okay, so then there's some Jackie of it. Jackie and Marge have a little...
Fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed all of that. I really did. And I know it's horrible, but it was just...
I know.
Marge is just
so
brilliant.
Such low-hanging fruit, Jackie.
But it was just like she knew exactly what to say at the right minute to fucking ruin the rest of her month. That's not just an hour thing. Jackie has been,
She
been over that for
with it
a while.
Yeah, lives.
Loved it. Oh, we've got all these dresses from Envy. Oh,
But there's the pre-bit where they kind of they have the like, well, you called me pathetic. She says she says that Margaret called her like a real fame whore. And she's like, yeah, because you said you were better than me.
yeah.
And she's got no comeback because she's like, oh yeah, like it's like you can't be upset because someone said a mean thing to you because you said a mean thing to them.
But she doesn't think that anything she ever says is mean. That's the thing. She thinks everything she says is smart and intelligent.
And she thinks what she says is true. I'm like, but they're the meanest things. People are not upset by things that are not true about them. People are really upset about the true things. Like that's what hurts people.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, then Marge just casually is like, oh, the dresses. She sent us all of these dresses. And she has to say so little for Jackie to just completely fucking spiral.
Could you imagine being married to her and arguing?
Can you imagine being just coming home? Like, I don't know, does he have a job?
Yeah, he does, yeah.
What is his job?
He works in finance.
Okay, so that's bullshit. But maybe he comes home and he's stressed and he's like, oh, I just want some like chill out time. And he goes into his house and she's like,
and he says one thing and then that's it.
There's no correct answer.
No, none. Poor Evan.
So then Dolores like walks into the like after effect of that and she's showing off her light up bag. And then she's just like,
by the way.
She's like, I will get you on Jackie. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
And in her confessional, she was like, Jackie is over dramatic. I'm like, Jesus, man, way to call it.
Where have you been for the seasons that she's been on the show?
I'm like, this is the blurb, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, come on now. It was too easy, and she can't see that she reacts to it.
nope.
And then Jen has a go at Marge, being like, "You didn't like text me after I had like the shit beaten out of me by Danielle." And she's
I don't
like,
like this.
yeah, she's just like, yeah, I don't like you. Again, not very much, not really. And then there's the actual like Danielle's like, oh, she didn't design this. I'm like,
No, Jen was saying.
yeah, sorry, Jen is saying that. And
Yeah.
it's like, why, Jen?
Yeah. Like, if you're going because you're trying to make up with Melissa and you're trying to build a relationship with Melissa, don't be that person.
Shit all over her business.
Absolutely. What do you do?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I'm like, you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, if you're sitting there as like, if you're Jenna Lyons, yeah, cool, we can have this chat.
Yeah.
But no.
Even Sutton.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, Sutton could entirely have this conversation. Like, if you have a successful business, like, but no, fuck off, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so then we have to see the other side, don't we? So we have to see whatever Teresa's doing, but she isn't doing anything.
She's doing her live show, right?
She's going to do a live show. She talks about how they're having the court cases with Louis' ex-wife.
And there's something happening with Marge as well.
Yeah, and there's going to be all this legal reveal, right?
Yeah.
So then she's having her live show in a thing that looks like a church.
A cathedral, apparently. I've never seen a cathedral look that small before, but here we go.
Yeah, they have the wrong words.
They don't understand.
They don't know words. And she's forgiven God.
Yes.
I was like, I just don't think he cares.
I mean, he doesn't exist, so.
But even in the version that they have of him, it's very clear. Like, Catholicism is like very clear. Like, God gives no shits about you.
You just have to do what he wants.
Yeah, and like,
and all as well. Yeah.
Down. But Dorinda is there.
Oh yes,
That's nice.
I love me some Dorinda.
And Teresa's on stage, and she's really nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like crying because of like, she's like crying because she like cut her brother out of her life, and I'm like, it feels like a decision you made.
But also as well, at what point are they going to stop talking about each other? If you're not filming together and you're not trying to have this kind of relationship, why are you still? Why is that name still in each other's mouths?
Yeah, just stop. You're not letting
your storyline doesn't still need to be it.
Yeah,
there's a million other things we could talk about. Why Louis is so red and angry all the time. That is a whole 4 episodes in itself.
I would like to talk about Louis' ex more. Let's find out all this shit. Like, that is juicy, isn't it? Like, because that man is a nightmare.
Exactly, and I want to know more about Donna Marco's sex life.
Yes, or the fact that she just matches her son-in-law drink for drink. I like all of that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, all of these things way more fun. Even Frank's dog dying is more interesting than this.
Oh, Lolly.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Lolly.
And then they didn't get engaged.
No. Is it Costa Rica or Costa Rica? Or are they 2 different places?
It's Costa Rica.
Because he kept saying Rico, didn't he?
I don't know.
Oh, I have to go back and watch it, because that's going to piss me off. Yeah.
And then Danielle comes.
Oh, yeah, she wasn't supposed to. I really liked her long jacket shawl thing. I don't know why the internet was so angry about it. I thought she looked great.
Okay.
That's a little bit of me, that. You could see me wearing that jacket.
I could see you wearing it. I think it would look better on you.
Yeah, because I probably would team it with like a chunky boot or something rather than like a high heel.
Yeah, it didn't. I can see how it was easy to go for.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
So she's done Kids Bop, and then she's still made the effort to come here and all of this.
Yeah.
And so they're all backstage and they're having the chat, and they're saying, "Oh, it's like a church," and she remarks that she's surprised it didn't burn down with Jen in it. Surprised you didn't burst into flame.
And then it goes back and forth, and then Dolores gets mad at Jen because of the way she spoke to Teresa. Like, what?
Oh no, I think that's fine.
Really? I was just like, oh, why are you? The argument is not here. The argument has left the room after she just said that you look like shit. By the way, which was fucking brilliant.
It was very
good. A second of that.
I mean, Danielle is doing herself no favors. She is proving herself to be all of the things that she's upset about being called.
Yeah, 100%. But like
you're proving yourself
style and grace that I am here for.
But I think Dolores, when she comes down to it, Dolores is going to go to her OG, isn't she? And so suddenly Jen starts having a fucking go at Teresa, and she's like, no. She can see. She's like, she's really nervous. This is a big deal for her, and she feels unsupported in this. And now you're making this fucking drama her headline, and she knows that Teresa isn't very smart. She can't handle more than one thing happening at once.
Yes.
So she's just like, no, don't fucking talk to her like that, which I imagine she has been doing for 40 years at this point.
Yeah.
I imagine Dolores has been stepping in every time someone's bamboozled her.
Yeah.
Don't fucking talk to her like that.
Yeah. Trash bag? You want me to make up for that trash bag? Oh.
And she's like, and Jen's all like, I'm all upset. And Dolores is like, yeah, but nobody cares that you're upset. Like, you are fucking C-cast here. Calm down. You're a big fucking girl. Suck it up.
And this is why you don't get upset in front of Rosie, ladies and gentlemen. But she doesn't give a shit.
But I think that's Dolores all over, isn't it? Like, she doesn't get upset and scream at people. She's like,
she doesn't.
Okay, I see what happened. Right, I'm going to talk to that person. I'm pissed about it. Like, I'm a grown-up. I can deal with my shit. I don't have to ruin someone else's fucking day.
Yeah.
So, yes.
And then is that the end of the episode?
That's the end of the episode.
Oh, dear Lord.
I love Dolores in it. I came away being like, I love Dolores. She's the best.
There's only 2 more episodes left, right?
Yeah. And then the sort of
weird reunion thing that's happening.
Which isn't a reunion. They're all on their own.
Yeah.
They're in teams.
What happens? Something big must something big has to happen, like for it to be a separate occasion. I'm excited for these 2 episodes. It better not be like some bullshit, like someone tested positive for COVID. So that's why they can't be in a room together.
Shouting at each other. No one gives a shit.
Or they make up. Imagine. And then she divorces Louis. That would be it. Joe presents her with hard evidence of why Louis is a bad guy.
Evidence means nothing to her.
Fair.
I've realised the other thing I was pissed off at Jen about, though, Jen Aiden, because she's like, oh, in the fashion show, she's like, oh, it's only female models, isn't it? Because, like, the rumour guy, that was a model. I'm like, fuck you, man. Your husband, everyone knows your husband had an affair. Why are you pulling at this thread?
It's just people in glass houses.
Stop it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Dubai.
Okay, so we've got to go back all the way back to Dubai, haven't we? 2 episodes of Dubai.
Oh, I don't remember any of them.
Okay, so we're starting off all the way back in the desert, and it's the after effect of Brooks and Stanbury, and Sarah's the Brooks whisperer, and Caroline Stanbury's like, I can't fuck with all this bollocks you chat. She's so British, and she's like, stop it with all your fucking mumbo jumbo self-betterment bullshit, man.
The bollocks killed me. Because I was like, you don't hear that on American.
You don't hear bollocks much. It's great.
Bollocks is one of my favourite words. It just rolls off the tongue so well.
It's got all the good consonants, isn't it?
Yeah. That and discombobulated. Those 2 words, they're brilliant. I love them.
Very good.
Yeah.
But I thought the more interesting row was not the row, but like all of a sudden, like this, Brooks has started this rumor that Lisa isn't okay at home.
Yeah.
The at home. There must be, there's where there's smoke, there's fire. Something is happening at home. Like, you're not talking about subsidence. You're definitely implying something's wrong in a marriage, man. Yeah, we know you're doing that.
Yeah. There's no grey area in that. No. It's very clear.
And then again, Sarah is like, oh no, this is very normal. Like in the Arab world, we're always like, why? What is happening at home? And I'm like, oh yeah, no, we can ask that of people, like in the Western world. But equally, if you go, oh, how is everything at home on a live TV show? People know you're being a shady bitch. But then she just like leans right into the rumor. She goes for coffee with Diane and is like, oh yeah, my mum said like I've got to, in case Rich leaves, I've got to have like my own thing, and I've got to have this business, which fuck anyone cares about. Like I've got to have it because he could just leave any day. And I'm like, yeah, but generally in happy marriages, people don't just leave. Like what is happening here?
Yeah, they don't. But it sounds as though she's not fulfilling her womanly duties.
She's too knackered to have sex.
She's too tired. So, you know. And actually, in the most recent episode when they went for dinner together, I was he's actually quite an attractive man. I never saw that
I
before.
looked at him and I was like, God, I have zero fucking reflection of what this man looks like.
Yeah,
Have we ever seen him before?
I think he's quite hot.
He's fine, but I think his voice and what he looks like don't quite marry.
No, they don't. Like, he's like one of those voiceover artists. You're like, really?
Yeah, I was like, it's because I think his voice is quite South London, but his like he looks more, I don't know, not like that.
No.
But yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I totally agree with you. I was like, what? Have we ever seen this dude?
Yeah, 100%. She looked fire in that dress as well.
Yeah, and I think their kids are really cute, so probably we don't look at him very much.
No, I didn't know because the genes are strong
Yeah, and so we're just always like, look at all those little boys
in their white Moschino outfits.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then Sergio's like family are there.
Good Lord, Sergio.
And Caroline's like, I'm not avoiding them. I'm just like, I'm actually really busy and like I've got loads of business and I'm like, I'm going to the spa for 9 hours. Like, sounds a bit like you're avoiding them.
Wouldn't you?
His mum is just like, don't have a baby.
Yeah.
Like, you are not ready and she doesn't want to have a baby. And I'm like, good for you.
I really like that family dynamic. I think it's very, but I think that's very indicative of Spanish families, period, or like that kind of Mediterranean European
maybe
families. Anyway, they're just very in each other's business.
I like the sister's boyfriend is like, I have to go into another room.
Yeah,
she's like, I don't want to be involved
because in a minute it's going to be about me.
Why we're not doing something, and I need to just go. I'm just going to sit in the fridge, not left. But yeah, the mum is like not mincing words.
No.
She's like, no, this is a fucking disaster. You are not ready. You're a child.
You are a child and she is
old. Doesn't want to be a grandmother soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's,
Is this the episode that Caroline and her daughter sit down and have a conversation?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's very annoying, isn't she, Jasmine? But then also she's 17. Like,
she's at that age. Yeah.
What chance has she got?
No, none.
And when she's like, it's that thing of like, she's just trying to mirror and copy being a grown up.
Mm-hmm.
And because Caroline says, oh, you can't make jokes like this. And she's like, well, you make jokes. And she's like, I can make them land.
Yeah. And also, as I'm a grown up.
Yeah. And it's that thing that like, we're all like that. We're like, I can take the piss out of my husband.
Yeah, but you can't.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And then, what is his name? What is the hot German man's name?
Hot German man?
Hot German man is...
Akeem.
He's leaving and they have their conversation and she's like, well, you need to come back and move here and I need a commitment so that we can like introduce you to my family and so we can get married. And then you have to absolutely financially 100% support me.
Yeah. And then he hangs up on her, right?
He's like, so... And he's like, okay, but then what, like, how does the balance of power work? And she's like, no, it's a privilege for you. And he's like, oh, God, really going in a tunnel.
Yeah. But I did like the way he was saying about the balance of power, but also at the same time, like...
Again, everybody's wrong, in my opinion, in this conversation.
Yeah, like, you can't be saying that to a man and then it'd be like, what happens if he can't keep you in the lifestyle that you... He's a personal trainer, right?
Yeah.
He's
a
rich.
Sports model.
It doesn't work. Those salaries don't marry.
I don't think so.
Like, you can't be like, you need to pay the mortgage on my £4 million house when you get paid $50 an hour.
But I also think, like, you can't be really, you have to swallow your pride if you like to be really traditional. Like, if you're going to be like, well, I'm so traditional and this is what the man must do. And I'm like, well, you better remember your fucking first husband because you're also not going to get divorced.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sit down.
Yeah. Fair.
Like, if you want the third husband, you're maybe going to have to get a little bit flexible about, like, the rules.
On the rules, yeah, for sure.
Because you're not Henry VIII. You're not writing the rules. Stanbury goes to Talene's house. She brings flowers for all of the family because the dog has died.
Because the dog has died, yeah. Very sweet.
Yes, but it was a bit much, in my opinion.
Okay, but you don't really understand the pet thing.
I love pets. I just think, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't get it. Let's just move on. It's fine.
And then there's Adam's birthday, which I think I don't give a shit about. And then we see But then we see the Ian confessional look with the tigers, the tiger shoulders.
How amazing is that dress?
It's like all things to all people. I want it. I think it should it's like she's like a monument that's come to life.
I also find it incredibly terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Like every time I'd open my wardrobe, I would be startled. Yeah. Like it would freak me out.
I just think she's like one hat away from accidentally being a dictator.
I think she would revel in that position as well.
Oh yeah.
She would love it.
Maybe she's not the worst choice.
I don't know. I reckon she could be quite evil.
Oh, I think she could be quite evil, but I do like when she's on the most current episode when she's having like a picnic with her siblings and she talks in we all the time. We have accomplished, and I don't know what those other two siblings have accomplished, but I was like, that's quite generous and it seemed really genuine and natural.
Yeah.
Like she's proud of them as a family.
Yeah.
She's not just taking on.
Yeah.
So that
true.
was nice. So that brings us into the current episode, which is the launch of
I Am Beauty.
I Am Beauty.
But no one saw any makeup when all of the models were wearing makeup. Like, what is wrong with
people? And they're
people?
all wearing lashes.
Yeah, what is wrong with people?
But then again, Brooks is like, oh, but like, this is not her fashion show. Whereas, like, Caroline Stanbury was like, this is an illustration of she's just showing us that she's living.
Yeah.
And, like, she's winning.
And we're okay with it. But, like, go for it.
She clearly is.
Yeah.
And it's that, isn't it? Why can't them, like, and this idea that, like, oh, it's all a bit flashy. I'm like, you live in fucking Dubai.
Go back to your glass house where it's always empty.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no one ever in there.
No.
Never.
No.
Anytime she's filming, there's no one in there.
No. Well, probably because people don't want to be seen there. Or do you think it's just empty all the time?
I just don't think anyone goes. I don't think it's a viable business.
Yes. So it's the fashion show. It's all happening. The siblings are there. Ayan's husband is there. Her son is walking. People arrive late.
Very late. At the end.
Sort of slightly miss her. And then she's like, she comes out to greet them and she says, and if you were so late, I forgive you. And people are all upset about that.
Yeah.
Why? Like, you were late. She's just said she's forgiven you. Should just say thank you.
Yeah, keep it moving.
Yeah. Like
apologize and keep it moving. Why are we having this conversation?
It's a fucking day. And then her siblings come over and basically like nobody says hello to them. Nobody stands up. Like,
no.
So rude.
So rude. Yeah.
If we were at an event and your siblings came over and they've flown fucking thousands of miles, I'd stand up and say,
acknowledge them.
Meet you, and she done amazingly. You must be so proud. Like all of that shit. Nobody knows how to act.
No one does.
Yeah, fuck that. So that was the event.
Yeah.
And then the next day, who goes for lunch? It's Sarah,
Brooks,
and
Lisa.
And Lisa in the kind of, and then she's matching the decor. Brooks and Lisa, and Brooks is matching the decor of the place.
Yeah, I like that place. Look.
Yeah, that was very up your aesthetic.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah, I don't want to go to lunch with anyone who's like, I'll actually just have plain grilled sea bass. Why you come for lunch if you don't want any flavour?
Yeah.
Don't eat.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I have to dine with people that enjoy food.
Yeah.
Because what's the point?
Well, why go to a restaurant? If
yeah. Or go for a coffee or something.
Yeah, exactly. But don't ruin this sea bass.
Oh, I love sea bass. I might have sea bass tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I love a sea bass.
Yeah.
And then the beggar thing comes back up.
Talene has been begging Caroline Brooks to get her on TV.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what it is. She's been wanting to get on the show. She's been wanting to be part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Which, didn't Caroline Brooks had to have begged someone to get on Dubai? Like, wouldn't that have been how it goes?
Well, I guess she would maybe just say she auditioned and she got in.
Same meat, different gravy.
Yeah.
It's not any different to me. Like your audition, you're begging a production assistant or begging a casting
director,
whoever it is, to get on the show, whether it's through an audition or not.
Anybody you could consider a friend to say that. It's just so
It's not nice. I don't know how
nice.
these people think that this is how normal people behave. Like when they're in their friend groups outside of TV shows, is this how they behave?
I
Is
think
this like
so.
normal for them?
Yes, it's horrible.
God, imagine living your life like that.
You must be so. You can see why they fly off the handle of the hacks. You must be so on edge because you think everyone hates me.
Your anxiety levels must be insane.
Yeah, and they've been friends for like time, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good 10 years.
God,
Yep. Not for me, that.
and like they're all pretending like they weren't excited to be on this TV show.
Yeah.
Like nobody's forcing you into it. It's not like you're not aware of it. It's not like you've all wanted to do it. Caroline Brooks is always telling us how skint she is. Like, you wanted this for all the same reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's like really juxtaposed with Chanel on the beach with her siblings, and they're all being so proud of each other and so low. I'm like, oh God, I don't know who I'd rather hang out with.
Yeah. That beach setting was beautiful, wasn't it?
And her dragging the wagon across.
Of her D&G bag falling down the thing. That was so funny. I thoroughly
They go cooked, and her brother's like, you opened a packet
from a supermarket as well. Not even like a catering thing. He was like,
yeah,
supermarket.
Like, you didn't chop this fruit. Like this.
Oh, and they talk about their childhood, and then Ayan goes into like how no one, when she was a baby and she had her FGM, and no one like came to see if she was okay. No one cleaned anything, and kind of like how she survived that. And oh God, it was awful. And how her siblings were starving, so she'd go out and graft to try and find ways to feed them. Like, Jesus.
And that like she wants her business to like give back financially and raise awareness. I was like, these are all really amazing, lofty things. I mean, even if she never sells a fucking pair of lashes, man, just like this.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she's a good person.
Yeah, I do.
I think she's bonkers.
I do, and I think that she has got an evil side that we've not seen yet.
Oh, I wouldn't want her to be upset with me.
No, because I think like you can't survive something like that without having a switch where you're able to kind of go into defense.
Yeah.
Fight or flight mode, and I think it's perfectly reasonable to have that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying like this version of I Am we have is not the full version of I Am.
Even when you saw her being so like stressed before the show, which I sort of was surprised at.
Yeah. She's sitting in the corner just eating a banana. Bless her. Like, why a banana of all things?
She got diarrhea. I think quite smart.
She kept saying I have diarrhea. That was too much. Why are you telling the world? I mean, I respect it. I get diarrhea. I hear you. But like, good Lord. Oh. And then is it Stan Bree's dinner party?
Well, then Lisa and Rich have their dinner, but we've kind of talked about that, how she like she sort of says like, I'm too busy, there's too many things on my plate, and he's like, well, manage your time better. And she's like, no, I manage my time perfectly actually. And he's like, I've done what you fucking want.
Yeah.
And she's like, I need you to do some of the stuff with the kids. And he's like, okay, fine, I will. But I can see that he's like, but why? You don't need to do this job.
Yeah.
But also
but at the same time, like we said before, like it is important to be financially independent.
Yeah.
But if you've got a husband who's rich enough to pay you an allowance, like I said many times, just siphon some of that shit off.
Yeah.
And put it in an account.
Invest that. Don't make it. Put that into a business that's already doing well.
Yeah. Take 10% and put it somewhere. And then so if he leaves your ass, you've got that money sitting there. You don't have to be financially independent with your own money, ladies. Come on now.
Not harder, people.
Exactly.
And it pissed me off so much, even like, because then the internet was like, oh, he's so great, he's offered to like do all the things. But I was like, no, he hasn't, because he's been like, you have to tell me when all the things are. And I'm like, that's what pisses us off, isn't it? When it's like, you need to pick them up from football like consistently on a Tuesday, and he's going to be like, but where are they on a Tuesday? Where do they go to football? It's like, no, do better.
Can I be like 5 minutes late? No.
Yeah, all of this.
But then
also, she doesn't want them to be footballers. So, like,
yeah. My thing is when
get a nanny. Why have they not got a nanny?
I'm sure they have a nanny.
Why can a nanny not pick them up from football?
I don't know. Because she has to do it.
Don't they all have drivers?
Probably. I can imagine this being a very easily
Solvable
solved
thing.
problem. Yeah, I don't know if it's that difficult. It's not like we're us. Like, we don't have the means to be able to just do that. Like, we have to make it work. Whereas I feel like for them, they can just like phone somebody and by the next day it's fixed.
Yeah. But it is a lot. Like, she's got 3 little kids, like,
That's a lot.
and a business, like, that's full on, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think sometimes the busyness, you almost can't like see the solution, can you? Because you're literally just doing the next thing all the time.
100%.
Then it's the housewarming party.
Oh, and we get Dawn Ward. I have missed her. And Ashley is aging like a fine wine.
Yes.
Guy looks good. Yeah. Dubai suits him. Are we going to get her more? I want her to be on Dubai. I love Dawn.
So is she in Dubai permanently?
Yeah, she left Cheshire and she moved to Dubai.
Did she? I think I missed that.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So she's there all the time. Well, good for her. So that's really exciting. And she's got the same events planner. They've got the dinner all set up. People turn up. People bring people who aren't on the list.
Brooks sages the house. Right. How would you feel if someone walked into your house already burning sage?
I just shouldn't do no, thank you. This has not gone through the fire risk assessment. You're out.
It's just
would you like
rude.
an ashtray? Would you like to wait outside until you're done?
That is so rude.
Fuck you, man.
I love the smell of sage, but I don't necessarily.
Oh yeah, in butter.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to be bombarded with it. Like from.
I want it in butter on the tortellini. Like,
yeah.
No, it's so rude.
And she turns up, yeah, with people that's whining on the list and whatever. Like,
and
I
she's
just think
criticizing everyone's marriage, and I'm come now, glass houses.
And like, also as well, if you're gonna sit next to someone at a dinner table and you're insulting them continuously, and the person says to you, "What are you saying about me?"
Yeah,
say it with your whole chest.
Yeah, exactly. Don't pussy out of this.
That was your one in time chance to be able to clear the air and get things done. Do you
suddenly be like, "Oh, I'm not talking about you." Like, what the fuck you are talking to then?
Do you think that her husband, Talene's husband, handled that badly? Where do you sit with that?
I mean, I don't think he handled it well, but I can see. I don't think he's a monster.
No, I don't either.
Because I think they know each other well.
Yeah, that's the key point here.
And I think they're both American.
I don't think him speaking to her came out of left field. I think he was like, "Look, we know each other. This is unacceptable.
And this isn't how we do things.
I'm not going to sit there and let you insult my wife."
But I think he's stupid to like do it. And I think he's done it in all the wrong places, hasn't he? Because he's done it in front of the prim English people.
Yeah.
Who are like, you know, going to upset Stanbury. She's like, "This is my house. This is all my..." And then he's done it in the street in like the Middle East. Like, this is not the answer.
No.
You look foolish.
No, but you know what I do really love? Seeing a housewife smoke on TV.
With a cigarette.
I love it. I don't know what it is. There's something about it that just makes me go, "Woman,
oh, it's real. It's real."
Oh, yeah, I just love it. It's like when you catch them every now and it's like that one time Lisa Vanderpump had a cigarette on Beverly Hills. I was just like, oh my gosh. Because Dorit smokes as well, but we never see that.
No.
Yeah, so they're like, well done, Talene, bravo.
Yeah.
And do you
think it was
that...
so telling though, like of Stanbury, like she's so like she's doing well compared to how she was brought up, isn't she? Because like she's so uncomfortable with that confrontation and she's genuinely hating it. And Sergio is like a fucking cocker spaniel, isn't she? And she's like, "Sit down. Stop looking at it. You're making it worse. Please don't let anyone go near my sofa."
Okay, that sofa is everything.
I can't bear those sofas. I don't like them.
Huh?
I don't like them. I think
no, I love them.
They remind me of trainers.
Okay.
Like, I don't understand why everybody wants these trainers with these massive soles now. And I know that makes me sound like I'm 700 years old, but
no, but I don't like them either. I'm not a massive fan. No.
And I just think that is the sofa version of those trainers.
Yeah, it's like the New Balance trainers. It's like every woman wears some trainers, and I'm just like, be different. Come on.
Oh, it's hookah. At my work, those you see those are like a mushroom.
Yeah. Ugh. I was going to say something and I can't remember.
Sorry, something genuinely important and not about sofas.
Oh God.
Yeah, okay, so who's the baddie though for you? Brooks or what is his name?
Rafi.
Rafi.
Brooks, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm on Braffy's side. I think I am. I mean, I don't condone a man shouting at a woman, but I think when she is coming so left field
Yeah.
at your wife and you're like so confused in this, like, no, I think you have a right to defend your partner.
And I think he knows which side his bread is buttered on, because can you imagine if he hadn't stood up and defended his wife? Like, he would not sleep for weeks.
No, he would not.
Like, the row at home would be so awful.
Do you think Brooks was wearing Tillene's clothes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do as well. I thought that was bang on. As soon as she said it, I was like, yeah,
that tracks. We all knew this as soon as we knew that we knew it. Yeah.
100%. Oh.
Yeah. This world.
Oh, God, what was I going to say?
Were you going to talk about Michael and how maybe Michael is paying?
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to talk about. So, okay.
So this is the rumor. The rumor is that Michael is Caroline's sugar daddy.
Yes. I don't know a single word of it.
It has not ever singularly ever occurred to me that Michael was straight.
No.
Like, I'm sure, like, I don't know. What are the rules in Dubai? Are you allowed to be gay? I don't think so.
I think you are.
As long as you don't practice.
No. No, I don't think you can get married and stuff, but I think you can be.
I'm not sure.
I think you can.
Okay, good. Well, good for them. But yeah, I just think that's a gay man who is rich and her friend.
Yeah, and I think he was being bitchy because
she overstayed her welcome in his house,
and he's just
say thank you,
and he's just been an absolute bitch, and I think that's what it is. And those girls are foolish to think that Caroline Stanbury isn't like, they don't understand English.
No, they don't understand the sense of humor, the dryness, all of that stuff.
And they also just don't understand where her money line comes from.
Oh yeah, they don't understand.
They don't see how old her money is.
Yeah,
like it's not going to be. Yeah, no.
Yeah, they're just living on the interest for generations.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
completely.
And
I also thought, what a weird idea that if you were going to have like a kind of little side piece, like if you get like, I just thought, in what world, like, so let's imagine that this man who looks like Michael, who is straight and is looking for a kind of like woman to do his biddings on the side, like, I just don't think Caroline Stanbury is a really good fit for that.
No, she's not the one for that, is she?
Like, I just think you could buy loads of those. Like,
yeah.
I think this seems like hard work.
Yeah. She's not sitting pretty in the corner, is she?
And she's not 25. Like, she looks great for 50, but she's 50.
Yeah. I mean, he would choose Sergio, surely.
Well, I think there's maybe more truth in that rumor.
Man. Fair. Absolutely fair.
But yeah, I thought that's the end.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys.
And we will not be back next week.
No. We'll probably be back the week after.
So until we speak to you next, happy summer.
Yeah, stay safe.
Bye all.
Ciao.